Over the past few weeks, I've been building my biggest Minecraft minigame ever, an entire working roguelike in Minecraft. Last time I added classes to the game and a way to navigate between floors, and this week, well, it's technically now playable. Let's get right in. We are once again back in my roguelike Descendant, and I'm super excited to tell you all the little progress I've made this week. And let me tell you, progress we have made, because not only do we now have it playable, but the first 2 floors of the dungeon are now entirely complete. If you just compare this thing to what it looked like last week, you can tell just how much I've added. It's ginormous! I just love how chaotic and crazy this has gotten. It looks like a Borg vessel, like the Unimatrix. It's brilliant. Hi, Editing Gerg here. What I just said is a Borg Unimatrix, which is entirely incorrect. The vessel I'm actually thinking of is called a Borg Unicomplex. So there, stupid idiot past Gerg. I may include spelling mistakes in my videos, but by God will I not let incorrect Star Trek lore. I had to set the record straight on that. Back to the video. So to start with, let me show you floor 1, our standard RPG dungeon type affair. And this is what it's gonna look like. Now, just for showcasing it, all the doors are open, but keep in mind that when we actually generate a floor, some of these walls might be closed. Now, while I was designing and building this first floor, I came to the conclusion that in reality, we have 3 types of rooms. Our first type is the most simple, where it's just the normal combat room where you have to defeat monsters. The next type were traversal rooms, where the actual challenge comes from getting across the room itself, such as this room filled with lava, where the player will have to carefully try to parkour across to get to the other side, which I am failing miserably at. And the other type of room are what I call exploration rooms, where they might have combat or they might not, but it generally acts as a more empty room, but it might contain little secrets or hidden loot chests, such as this loot chest up here, where you have to clamber across the light sources just to access. Or this room also contains a hidden ice cave you can fall down to right now. But these room types can also be mixed and matched. For example, this room is a hedge maze, which acts as a traversal obstacle, but it also contains zombies which will spawn in this trial spawner and will actually chase you in the maze, so you get a bit of both. And we also decided not to limit it to just square rooms either. This room acts as a double with this water moat separating it between, where we have both skeletons and I believe spiders which can spawn in this room. And of course, I've fully implemented my loot system, so any barrels you find throughout the dungeon, when you actually randomize the dungeon, will actually spawn different loot. So for example, this has spawned 5 pennies, an iron chestplate, and an ominous bottle, which is of course determined by our loot system back here, constantly randomizing different loot pools, which I've laid out right here. So we have some common loot, we have some rare loot, uncommon, and some legendary as well, which has a small chance of spawning. Now, the first floor of the dungeon is not that expansive. I believe it only has 16 or 17 rooms in total, but that's only because it is the first floor. There's another hidden loot chest there, which didn't spawn loot. Why? Why did you not activate? One thing I thought was important for the dungeon as well is we should introduce crafting systems. So for example, in this room, which is a little brewery manned by copper golems, we give the player access to brewing stands. And one of the loot pools which can spawn is Uncommon 3, which has a bunch of various things you can use for brewing. So you'll be able to collect these materials and brew like regeneration potions or health potions or like whatever you can find. In addition, we have loot chests over here where you might find like sticks or iron, and then in different rooms you might be able to come across a crafting table, such as over here, where I would then be able to craft myself an iron sword. Or I could preserve the iron for maybe a chest plate or some better armor later, so you have some real strategic decisions to make. In terms of loot pools, I decided that for each floor of the dungeon, it should get progressively better and better loot. So for example, we have tier 1 over here and tier 2 over here. Now tier 1 loot only spawns on the first floor, while tier 2 only on the second. And just having a look at like what tier 1 loot could be, we have common, we have uncommon, we have rare and legendary. and I can actually just like hover over them and you can see like what we can have. So uncommon could be like that iron, well rare could be like actual pieces of armor, and legendary gets you a shield, an ender pearl, chicken, you get a whole bunch of stuff. While tier 2 loot comparatively, you can actually get some iron armor in the common chests such as here. While legendary and rare stuff for that gets even more advanced, such as just straight up ominous trial keys, or even netherite, although obviously those are much rarer. One other thing I've added to the dungeon is each floor will have a secret room. And I am not going to tell you where or how these secret rooms are located. You will have to find them for yourself when this game is released. Just know that if you actually get into them, they have some guaranteed good loot in them. So you'll want to look out for when you find them. But I'm obviously going to keep that a secret because it's not going to be a secret then. So shut up. So, what about the second floor? What does that look like? Well, originally, as I said, I was going to do a backrooms theme, but very quickly I learned that the backrooms was incredibly restrictive, so I instead changed it to a factory theme, like a copper factory. So the first floor has a total of 16 rooms. Well, if you just look at the size difference, floor 2 has a total of, I think, 32. Floor 2 is absolutely ginormous in all the rooms it has available. And not just that, the rooms have some real variety as well. So for example, this is a room you cannot get to the other side of. However, if you have something such as an ender pearl, you would be able to actually navigate and like ender pearl across. However, there's also a small pipe, which you might be able to swim up, and that will take you to another room, where if you swim through, you'll actually emerge in this giant tank where you'll have to fight some drowned. When I first started building these dungeon rooms, I was really worried at first because I had to sit down and build hundreds of these small rooms just so I had enough variety, and I had to do it all by myself. So I thought, well, if I'm going to sit here for a week just building rooms, I may as well do it on a live stream, just so I have a bit of entertainment while doing it. However, what I never expected is simply by live streaming it, a bunch of people just decided to help me out and started submitting their own room designs to add on to the dungeon. After literally 24 hours, I had over 200 submissions from you guys of different room types for me to look at. And because of your generous help, I've managed to make floor 2 as big as it is. And believe me, if I look over here, these are all the submitted room designs for floor 3, which is going to be probably even bigger. And some of them are just so creative and ingenious, it blows me away. So I really could not have done this without your guys' help. It has been incredible, and I'm so thankful because now the game is just so much better because of it. And don't worry, on all the rooms made by different people, I have saved their name on a sign above each room, and what I'll do on screen right now is I'll just like have everyone's name on screen, and I'll make sure that they're all included in the final like credits of the final thing, because it has just been incredible, and I'm genuinely really thankful. Okay, let me show you something neat. So this room is a lovely little kitchen, and it's got like all these great little heads, right? But this design originally had a fridge back here. And what I did is I ripped out their fridge and instead linked it onto an ice cave, to which you can then traverse a big ice cave full of like strays and monsters. And this now becomes like a whole cave section where you have to do parkour on ice. And this, oh my god, I suck at parkour so bad. And this just leads into an entirely different biome, and you're still on floor 2. In fact, hang on, there's actually a secret in this room as well. Let me show you this. If you get here, and I kind of suck at this, but if you manage to parkour up here and then jump here, there's a secret little loot barrel up here as well, which is really neat. I don't know how to put this into words. I'm just so excited to get this done, and it's getting close. It is legitimately getting close. And of course, floor 2 contains the shop, which is also fully working. Basically, floors 1 and 2 are done. Like, it's actually just, both floors are complete now. All that's left to do is to add on and finish floor 3, which I have honestly not begun work on. Floor 3 is still like this. And of course, then I have to make the boss battle, which is its own thing. Even though this video has probably been the most work out of all of them, I feel like I have the least amount to show because I literally haven't done any redstone this week other than hooking up the systems I've already made and shown in other videos. But like, it's been so much work putting all the actual rooms together, but Oh, man. I don't know what to say. I just sound so excitable this video. And let me tell you, Floor 3 has some absolutely insane designs, such as this one made by Gold Jagger 300, which is actually a 2x2 big-ass room. And because Floor 3 is the, bottommost floor, I said to people, we can make the floors as deep as we want. And believe me, people have gone in, bonkers with it. Check out this one. Obviously, if you fall, you're probably pretty screwed. Another one of my absolute favorites is made by Grandstaff SATB, and this is basically a puzzle room where you're presented with a big organ. What you have to do is go over here to the music box, hit this. It will play a random tune to which you then have to play it on the organ here, which I think is... Oh no, I think that was slightly incorrect. And then eventually, I think it reveals a loot chest somewhere. Yeah, right here. It pulls this back and reveals a loot chest for you. So now that I've shown you all the progress I've made this week, I think it's high time that we finally playtest the dungeon. I know that I have only done the first 2 floors, but still, we can actually give this a go. So, let's do it. Yeoman. So we'll head in here, it will give us a sword and 4 golden carrots, and equip us with the armor. Okay, so we'll just head on over to the elevator, hit this button to start our run, and now this will randomize all the walls and all the loot chests in the entire dungeon. And we'll see what we've got. Okay, so that wall's closed. This one's... let's head this direction. So this splits off into a T-junction. I don't think there's any monsters in this room. And I think there's a loot chest right here, which might have some stuff. Oh, and we got a trowel key, some rotten flesh, but we did get 8 pennies, so we'll keep all this. Okay, we're heading over this way. Now, this is a hedge maze, and I know that there's monsters in the center, and I don't know how these trigger exactly, so I'm going to be careful. I think the way out is this way. Yeah. Okay, now this is a vent system. And, oh no, I've already activated it. Oh, this has silverfish which come out. But inside, there's a bit of a maze. And if we're able... Oh, God. There is a loot chest at the back of here if we're able to get it. We just have to be careful and avoid all what is meant to be, Half-Life head crabs. Stay back! No, stay back! Ah, here we are. What have we got? Oh, we've got some leather boots. More rotten... Are they coming for me? Penny, another wooden sword, which is useful, and some string. So we'll equip the leather boots just for a bit of armor, and we'll stick it here. Oh, that scared me. So this room, all these are closed, but there is a loot chest over there. We just have to parkour over there, which is a bit hard because if I mess up, I'm basically dead. Oh, this close one. Get out of here, magma cream. I don't even know why you're here. It's really basic parkour, but when it's your only life, it gets pretty nerve-wracking. Okay, right, we made it. What's in this loot chest? Oh, it's the exact same loot pool as last time. Well, we're not running out of wooden swords, that's for certain. And then we have this room over here as well. What I'm thinking I do is I'll eat a golden carrot and I'll just run through this room and try not to activate the trial spawners. Because that room over there, okay, never mind. I've activated it. Run! 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 Okay, I've activated that one as well. That's not good. I know there's a loot chest over here. So if I just grab this... Oh, chainmail boots. I guess it's better than nothing. If I want trial keys, I'm going to have to defeat these mobs. Oh, skeletons. Skeletons are bad. Oh no. Oh! I wish I got a shield in the loot pool. This would have been so much better. Hey, we got a key! Okay, we got 2 keys. Is it 2 or 3 to go to the next floor? I designed this game and I have no idea. And, we're in the secret room. Please be good. Please be good. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, there he is. He's got armor on. Oh my god, he's got a lot of armor on. Oh, I can like trick him like this. Ah! Too stupid! He's too stupid. He doesn't realize he's shooting it. That almost killed me. Oh my god. Ah! No! No! I cannot believe I didn't even get to the second floor of my own dungeon. I should have just left. I should have just left and kept the keys and like done a second run. Oh, what an idiot I am. But honestly, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Even though I died like a noob.